Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Prabhlendra. Wish you a very happy new year, children.
Same to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mukti. So, how are your vacations going on? Some of the classes you're attending, some you're bunking. I hope you're doing your
Ma'am, I'm attending all the classes.
good. And I hope all your written work is also up to date.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, which was the last chapter that we did?
Ma'am, can you please repeat?
Which was the last chapter that we did before the school was closed?
Goodbye,
Or
Mr.
got
Chips.
closed? Okay, today we are starting with our
Ma'am. We have to do, means you gave the hints
Reference to
thing for
context.
this one. Reference to context we have to do.
wait.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes. We have not done the first four reference to contexts.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, but in 8th A, we have to start the question answers.
You people have missed your. I sent question answers in the group.
Ma'am, in
Ma'am,
8th we have sent the question answers hints and we have to do the reference to context.
And not in 8th A.
No, ma'am.
Children, I'll be sharing the PDF of the question answers of this chapter because I think half 8C has already completed. 8B or 8A has done answer these questions, and the other is still on half. They have to start. So I'll share a PDF today since the class is combined. So we are starting with the new lesson number 16. Lesson number 13, sorry. A nation's strength. I'll share the PDF. Please complete your work from there.
Okay, ma'am.
Again, in the PDF, I'll be
Okay,
sharing the
ma'am.
hints. I'll be sharing the hints and some of the direct answers. From the hints, please frame the answers yourself.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Open your books on page number 116. Lesson number 13, A Nation's Strength. Written by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Ralph Waldo Emerson was an American essayist and a lecturer. He was a teacher also, professor. He used to teach. And his poems were basically about the positivity or the unity in diversity and individual qualities of a person as an individual, and how each and everyone should work on individual qualities. And if each and every person work on themselves, then together we will build up a strong nation. So this poem, it's a testament. It highlights the importance that nothing is permanent, be it the glory, the wealth, the pride, famous kings or queens. Nothing is permanent. Time changes. What is permanent is the character, the ideology of the people who are living in that nation. If the nature, the character of the people is strong, then that is the actual strength of that particular nation. Even after facing difficult times, even after facing defeats in various battles, if the people are strong, if the people have great character, if the people are strong enough to stay united, then that particular nation will be stronger than any other nation, which may be in the best of its glory or in the best of its times. There are so many examples, children. If you take the British era, in the British era, there, if you see, there was a proverb which says that the sun never sets on British Empire. But since it was not based on the welfare of the people, British Empire was known for its cruelties for the people. So, with the passage of time, people united against British Empire and it led to the downfall of the empire. Similarly, it goes for any other nation, that if a nation feels that, it has strong warriors or it has so much wealth and it will not see downfall in its life, then it is not possible. Because with time, everything decays and destroys. What left behind is the character, the nature, the ideologies of the people. If the people are strong, the nation will be strong. If the people, the ideas, the thoughts, the character of the people is not strong, then it will lead to the downfall of that particular nation. This is the basic theme that we'll be discussing in this poem. So let's give it a quick read. After reading, I'll explain it to you line by line. What makes a nation's pillar high and its foundation strong? What makes it mighty to defy the foes that round it throng? It is not gold, its kingdoms grand. Go down in battle shock. Its shaft are laid on sinking sand, not an abiding rock. Is it the sword? Ask the red dust of empires passed away. The blood has turned their stones to rust, their glory to decay. And is it bright? Ah, that bright crown has seemed to nations sweet, but God has struck its luster down in ashes at its feet. Not gold, but only men can make a people great and strong. Men who for truth and honor's sake stand fast and suffer long. Brave men who work while others sleep, who dare while others fly. They build a nation's pillars deep and lift them to the sky. So now we'll go with explanation of each and every line. Just a second. So now if you see the first stanza, come to the first stanza. Okay. Now there are different figures of speeches that I've already explained in the previous poems. In this one, it is a rhetorical figure of speech. Rhetorical figure of speech is where the poet asks questions and then give answers to them also. So there's a question and answer going on in the poem. That is known as rhetorical figure of speech. A question and answer. It is written there in your book, where in the last question and answers, there is appreciation of the poem. It is written there. Okay. So the first stanza, and makes a nation's pillar high. What makes a nation's pillar high and its foundation strong? What makes it mighty to defy that the foes that round it throng? So the poet starts the poem with a question, that what is it that makes, that builds up the foundation of a nation? What is it that takes it to great heights? So he's posing a question to the readers, that according to your opinion, what is it that makes the nation strong? And what is it that takes it to great heights? What is it in the nation that protects it from its enemies that are surrounding it all the time? So in the first paragraph, he's just asking questions from the readers, that according to your point of view, what makes a nation strong and what protects the nation from its enemies? Foes means enemies. That round it throng means who are surrounding that nation. Throng means when all the people they come in a group, a crowd. That is called throng. So the poet here also says that the glory of a particular nation, it doesn't survive the test of the time if the nation has its own conflicts. That is there in the second stanza, which says that it is gold, it is not gold, its kingdom's grants go down in battle shock, its shaft are laid on sinking sand, not in abiding rock. So see children, whenever if you see a construction of a building, then the building, the basement, they always build it a very strong. It is based on a concrete base, so that the building which they build on the top of it, it is very strong. What if the same building is made on sand? The sand is not permanent. It keeps on shifting, it keeps sinking. And if the sand sinks, that means the building will collapse. Similarly, a nation who thinks that its pride, its strength, its foundation, it is based on the money, the wealth, then they are mistaken, because money is not permanent, glory is not permanent. If they think like that, that means the foundation of that nation is based on sinking sands, which will destroy one day. And it is not based on strong, permanent rocks. Abiding rocks means strong rocks, which lasts forever. So, in the first two stanzas, the poet has made it very clear that according to you, what do you think makes the nation strong? And what makes or increases its glory? Is it money or the wealth or the grand kingdoms? No, I don't think so. Because if anybody thinks that the money is the actual wealth or the building, the strength of a nation, then he is mistaken. Because if he thinks like that, the building of that nation is on sinking sand and not on permanent strong rocks which will last forever. Come to the next third stanza. Is it the sword? Here the sword refers to the warriors, the soldiers. Okay. Is it the sword? Ask the red dust of empires passed away. The blood has turned their stones to rust, their glory to decay. So here the poet wants to say that even if the nation is filled with warriors who have laid down their lives for the protection of the nation or for saving the nation from the enemies, even those warriors could not save that nation from the tests of time or decay. There is a downfall of that empire also. Even if you think that you will conquer the other nations, you will kill those people, in that fight or the wars, your own soldiers and the people from the other countries, they are killed. So if you think that these warriors, these bloodshed will be a permanent testament to your nation, then you are mistaken. Because even the blood, this of the warriors or the swords, this all will be rusted, will be decayed one day, and it will lead to the downfall of that nation. So here the poet says that if the country is filled with true warriors and soldiers, that doesn't mean that country will withstand the test of time. Okay, so if you see, there were so many great warriors in our country. Fine, if you go for Tipu Sultan was there, then Chandragupta Maurya was there, and so many others were there. They were so strong, so great warriors were there. But does it shows that the empires or the kingdoms are still alive? Are they still
No,
present
ma'am.
today? No. So even the warriors who have taken so many lives, who have given their lives for the nation, even they could not protect their nations from the time, because time brings everything on equal base, on equal stance. Third says, and is it pride? Ah, that bright crown has seemed to nations sweet, but God has struck its luster down in ashes to his feet. So here the poet, see, initially the first stanza opens with a question. According to you, what do you think the nation, what makes the nation strong? Then the poet is answering himself only. First was, do you think that is it money, wealth? Second, he says, are the warriors, the soldiers? In the third, he says, is it the pride? Pride here, if you see the example of the British Empire was very prideful. He was very arrogant, and it believed that it will never see a downfall. But God does not approve of that innocence, which is of this ideology, which is based on cruelties and harsh treatment of the people. Because Britishers, they have treated people very badly. So even if they were in the glory, in their prime time, and they were in the glory of their reign, but God does not approve of such kind of treatment or such kind of kingdom. And that is why it brings that kind of kingdom down to ashes and down to its feet. It shows that even God does not approve of such kind of pride. And that is why it leads to the downfall of that nation. So, not even the money, not even the warriors, not even the pride. So, what is it? Not gold, but only men can make a people great and strong. Men who for truth and honor's sake stand fast and suffer long. So it is not the money, the warriors, or the pride. It is the people of that nation. People with good character, people with good moral values, who stay united, who stay strong, who are willing to sacrifice their comfort and willing to work when the others are sleeping. Such kind of people is the actual wealth of a nation, who builds up a nation and who takes the nation to greater heights. So, which is the actual strength of a nation?
People.
Ma'am,
People.
People of
people.
People with
Right.
pride.
people with good character and moral values. Hardworking people who are ready to sacrifice their comfort for others. So, the last stanza, brave men who work while others sleep. People who are brave enough to sacrifice their comfort and work when the others are enjoying the comfort and luxuries of their life, who dare while others fly. That means who dare means who work hard, who are ready to accept the challenges while the others are enjoying the wealth they have or the luxuries of life. They build a nation's pillars deep and lift them to the sky. Such are the people who builds the foundation of a nation. Such the foundation of a nation is kept on the trust, on the deeds, on the hard work of such kind of people. That is why such nations are strong. They are where their foundation is so deep that no enemy from outside can divide them and rule over them. Okay, and such are the people who take the nation to greater heights. Very simple, but a very meaningful poem which tells you that, wealth is not permanent. Your good times are not permanent. Your, if you are very strong, your health, your strength is not permanent. What is permanent is your character, your moral values, the values you have. Nobody can take away your wealth, your knowledge, your hard work from you. If you have all these virtues, you will definitely withstand the failures of life, and you will stand up again and become successful in your life. So here it also leads to the success of an individual, and it also relates to the success of a nation. A successful person builds up a successful nation. Very simple but very meaningful poem. Okay, now please go through the poem, each and every line. Any doubt, please ask me.
Ma'am, you want-
Yes.
ma'am, can you explain me the fourth stanza?
Okay, the fourth stanza says that, and is it bright? Ah, that bright crown has seemed to nations sweet. That means that a nation who always believed that he is in its full glory, nobody can defeat it. So here it's the bright crown represents the glory of the nation, a nation which was never defeated. So, such nations who are in the peak of their glory, they are in this myth, in this notion that they will not be defeated and they will never face a downfall. But God has struck its luster down in ashes at his feet. God does not approve of this fact that anything is permanent. Even the nations who were in the peak of their glory, they have seen downfall. And the God has brought them to ashes or to their downfall to on their feet. That means they have destroyed such empires. Okay, so even the glory of the nation could not help them to survive throughout or the tests of time. Even they had to face the downfall. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Children, I'll be sending you the theme of this poem on the WhatsApp group, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Children, I'll be sending you the summary also. There's no need to write down the summary in your notebooks. Write down the theme in your notebook, okay? Summary is only
Okay,
to
ma'am.
help you understand. Summary is only to help you understand the poem, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Bhakti.
Ma'am, we have to first complete the question answer work of Mr. Chips and then we have to write the theme of the nation is strength.
Yes, Bache, I'll send you the PDF of that also. In just a short, in some time I'll send you the PDF also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Children, I have sent you the PDF of the previous chapter also, chapter 16.
Yes,
One
ma'am.
question you will do yourself. Think and answer question number 2.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, for the Mr. Chips chapter, do we have to do the reference to context number 5?
No.
Okay, ma'am.
And children, one more thing. In your exams, there will be fill-ups and true false also. Question answers, reference to context. There are 5 portion word meanings, fill-ups, true false. Then you have question answers and reference to context. For true false and fill-ups, children, read your chapters very, very thoroughly. If you know the chapters very well, you'll be able to answer those questions, and they're very scoring ones. Please don't lose your marks there. If you want to have good marks, you want to get good marks in English in general, please don't take your fill-ups, true, false, and word meanings lightly. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a doubt in the syllabus of annual.
Yes.
Ma'am, is chapter 8 the nightingale and the glowworm coming?
No, is it mentioned in the syllabus? It is from lesson 9 to lesson 17.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, actually, it was the part of Tuesday test fee, so I thought it's
No,
misplaced.
it is from 9 to 17.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. And in lesson 17, we'll be doing only the word meanings.
Okay, ma'am.
Children, will you be able to finish your lesson 16 by tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.